We're back with another UFC breakdown on Organic Dope. Bill Schumer, Rob Hallaman, Dan Littlefield. And before we get into this one, I do want to give a special thanks to a few YouTube watchers. UFC is MMA, Sportstown Canada, We Watchy Watchy, and Fabio Donna Escamento. If I said that right. We appreciate you guys watching.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments. Good comments, bad comments. We like them all.
Like I said in the last video, I like the negative comments. They're funny. They're great.
Any comments. Thanks for watching, guys.
Oh, yeah. You could also find us on Twitter at High Dollar or Facebook.com at highdollar.net.
Like, favorite, subscribe, all that stuff. Like, favorite, and subscribe. Just
do it all.
Every bit of it. Go all the way. Balls deep, as I like to say.
As you can see, we got the records up there, so everybody is very close. Only one
and the
win
the
off.
Belt borrowed it from Anderson Silva.
Borrowed it?
Didn't take it or anything, but borrowed it. He said I could borrow it since we were so respectful.
You don't want to steal anything from the best in the world.
Right, I don't want to steal
anything. You get
anything.
kneed in the chest.
Yeah, I don't want to get kneed in the chest.
So here we go, UFC 149. We're going to start from the top, like we told you we would do. We got Uriah Faber versus Renan Barão. Of course, it's not Dominique Cruz, but Barão's actually a favorite. Uriah Faber's 26-5. Barão is 28-1, and hasn't lost in quite some time. Barão actually said in the pre-fight that he thinks he's faster than Faber. I do not agree with that. I think he's going to run into some problems with the speed. He does have some power. I watched some YouTube highlights. The guy's pretty crazy, man. It's going to be fight of the night. I will almost guarantee that. I would put lock for fight of the night.
I hope so.
I think so.
I'm picking Barão. He doesn't. Maybe he hasn't fought the competition Faber has, but Faber only has one win in the UFC so far, and I don't think he's at his prime anymore. I mean, I think he was at his prime years ago, like 3 years ago.
I don't think he's been the same since he broke both of his hands.
Yeah,
he's broke both of his hands in the one fight, and then he broke his hand again in the next fight. And I just think since he's broke his hands, he hasn't been the same.
Yeah,
but I mean, wouldn't it kind of throw you off a little bit? You break your hand, both your hands in one fight, and then just like a fight or two later, you break your hand again in another fight. I mean, that would kind of throw you off.
He still fought 4 rounds with the broken hand. It couldn't have affected him that bad.
Yeah, but look at...
he lost the fight maybe because of it, but that's a bad motherfucker.
At Jose Aldo, I mean, they had to pick him up and carry him into his corner. I mean, because he got kicked so bad.
Yeah,
his
he
legs.
was getting dropped. But he's got 30 fights. He's fought some big names. Never been knocked out. Never been submitted.
At least recently, hasn't fought as much as Barão has. I mean, he's fought like... I mean, how long has the WEC been with the UFC already?
He's only fights. He hasn't done too good in the UFC.
He's only fought twice in the UFC. He fought Dominic Cruz and he fought one other guy, I think. Isn't that right?
Yeah, but he did the show too.
Yeah, but I mean, 2 fights in the UFC the whole time that WEC's been going.
There's only the difference of 3 fights between the two. I mean...
I'm going to take Faber as one of my underdog picks for the fight.
Do you think that Faber will last long enough?
I think that's the problem. I think you're going to see Barão get into late. He's never fought that long. He's never been in a 5-round fight. It looks like he might gas. Faber doesn't.
Yeah.
If he connects and can get crazy on him in the first couple rounds, I just don't see Faber dropping out. There's no quitting that guy.
What do you think?
There is when the lights go out.
It's true. Anybody can get knocked out, but he hasn't yet, and he's been against some guys that can do it.
What do you think whoever wins? Like, I'm thinking Barão wins, but let's say whoever wins. Does that person last long enough as interim champion to fight Dominic Cruz, or does they fight somebody else in between? Because Dominic Cruz can be out a while.
Who else is up there?
What did Dominic Cruz hurt?
Hell, I don't know.
Is it a shoulder?
He tore his ACL too, I believe.
Oh, okay, wait.
I think he tore his ACL as well. I'm pretty sure.
I think they might be the 2 top guys. There was somebody else that Uriah thought he was going to fight, I think. I can't remember.
I don't know. I mean, I'd hate to see so many weight classes with the champions being not fighting so much, because of injuries. I'd like to see the interim titles be defended if they're going to be out a while.
There's been a bunch of injuries just all over the place.
Yeah.
They had an article on Yahoo the other day about the rash of injuries in the UFC lately, and all the cards bouncing around, kind of like UFC 147. the Rich Franklin and Vanderlei Silva.
It has to do with the insurance. UFC got insurance for everybody. Now it's covering pre-existing conditions on top of that.
It's like $50,000 or something.
Back when they didn't have insurance, if somebody fucked their hand up, they need to fight to get the money to fix their hand.
Right, yeah.
They're going to fight anyway. Now that they can go get their hand fight.
I don't like the cards being fixed, but I think they need insurance. So
yeah,
I think that's good.
Let them fight healthy. You're going to get better fights anyway, and they have enough people to replace them. They got enough people on the cards that they're replacing good fights. They can get the main event fights out there.
I've heard a lot of people. Like I've heard a lot of people say that this card isn't very good, though. Specifically, I watch other people's videos on YouTube. And I've seen some people say that the card isn't that good. I think this card's pretty good.
I don't agree at all.
I mean, maybe the undercard's not so hot, but the main card I like.
Still, they're all good fighters. I mean, look at your undercard. You have a 13-2, a 12-1, 8-1, 8-2, 16-1, 13-6. These guys' records: 16-5, 8-1. So I mean, the 13-5, 17-8, 7-1, and 16-5. So I mean, you look at these guys' records. These guys aren't bums. I mean, you don't get an 8-1 or a 16-1 or a 12-1 record for no reason. I mean, you don't. I mean, those are all they may not be UFC fights, but they are professional fights. So I mean, they have some credibility.
I think this card's pretty good though, considering they've had to replace a few fights on this card.
Kind of like Brian Ebersol. I know he just recently got on there, and he's looked good lately.
Hector Lombard's been supposed to fight 3 different people or something. He was supposed to fight 3 different people. Now he's finally fighting Tim Boetsch.
And that was a replacement fight.
Right, yeah.
On that fight, Lombard is 34-2.
Yeah.
Tim Boetsch is 15-4. Big guy, good wrestler. Obviously has tons of power in his hands.
Tim Boetsch moving down from 205, right?
Yeah. But he's had a couple fights at 185.
Has he?
Yeah, his last 2, I believe, were 185. He's won both. He seems to have good throws, too. He throws people pretty good.
Hector Lombard's a judo guy, right?
Right, so I doubt he's going to be able to throw him. But
it'd be kind of weird.
I don't.
Lombard's got to fight in the UFC for the first time. Is it more people than he's used to? Does he hit the jitters? Can he? He's got a lot of following too. So can he?
To me, he's largely improving, mainly because at least to me, because even though I'm an MMA fan and I watch Strikeforce, I don't catch Bellator a lot. I watched Pride. I watch Strikeforce. I watch stuff on HDNet when I can, but honestly, I don't even know what channel Bellator is on right now. I know they sometimes show fights on MTV2.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought Spike took them.
They bounced around.
I don't know.
Weren't they on HDNet for a while?
I don't think they were. I thought they
were
on Spike.
What they were on. They were on something. I seen a couple.
It's hard enough for me to catch the free UFC fights that I don't even.
I saw Eddie Alvarez fight because I went out of my way to watch that fight against Aoki, but I don't see a lot of Bellator fights. Maybe I should. But I know they used to be on Fox Sports Midwest for a while. I don't even know what channel it's on. But I've never seen Hector Lombard fight. So, to me, he's largely improving, but the record is really crazy.
Yeah, there's nobody big on there that he's fought.
That's true, but
it's tough,
I have to believe
it's 34 wins. You got to be doing something,
right? To win 34 times in a row,
and he's very decorated in judo. He was Olympic actually. He was actually in the Olympics, so that's pretty strong.
You'd almost have to lose accidentally, if you weren't at least awesome, So
he's got a tough fight with Boetsch. I just think that I'm going to go with them. Just because he should win.
I'm picking Lombard as well. Even though
I got Lombard.
Even though I don't know for sure that he's going to win.
Well, you said you had Lombard too.
Yep.
He's largely improving, but I think this will be his proving that. And all the announcers, all the analysts on Fuel, which a lot of them are fighters. Stephan Bonner, Chael Sonnen, Kenny Florian, they're all fighters. Rashad Evans, they're all fighters. Everybody seems high on Hector Lombard. They keep talking about how he could, if he wins this fight in devastating fashion, he could fight Anderson Silva next, which I don't know if that's the case or not.
Could be.
A lot of people want that.
If Tim Boetsch, like I said, he's dropped down. He's won his last 2 fights. He's looked good doing it.
But
he's 15-4. That's a pretty solid record if you ask me.
Well, to me, it's sink or swim. He's either going to sink and fall into the middle of the pack with everybody else in the middleweight division, or he's going to rocket to the top, and people are going to be asking who's next for Anderson Silva. Could it be Hector Lombard? Like all the people are kind of already talking, but more serious.
Sean Jordan 13-3, Czech Congo 17-7. Jordan's the favorite in this fight. He's actually out of Greg Jackson's camp.
Oh God.
Never know what that means.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's only been in the MMA for 3 years. Congo has 11 years experience.
Chuck Congo is pretty much the gatekeeper of the heavyweight division.
But he's still tough, man. He's got
good
striking.
But I mean, they pretty much, if they want to see if somebody can fight the top guys in the heavyweight, they put him against Chuck Congo, and then they see if he can beat him or not.
Well, Congo doesn't turn down fights, though.
Despite Greg Jackson, Sean Jordan thing, I'm picking Chuck Congo. I think Chuck Congo's wrestling is underrated, and
I agree.
I think his striking, even though his chin's not the greatest, his striking is still great. You know,
and it's going to be better in Jordan's.
And he has good recovery time. Look at what happened with Pat Barry. He
was
out.
Look at
that Sean Jordan, though, stands there after he wins and does a fucking backflip off his feet. From his feet to his feet.
Well,
for a heavyweight man, you got to give it to the guy.
That's awesome, but he's not going to be doing it this time, I hope. You know,
we could back it up.
Check Congo.
You got Check Congo?
Don't we all three have him?
I got Check Congo.
Yeah, I got Check.
I would say we all three have him.
All right.
Brian Ebersol, like, awesome against that jiu-jitsu guy.
Yep.
He went right into his own game. Looked great, escaping submissions.
Yeah, I don't know.
Had the arrow in his chest. Everything was
pointing
good.
Up.
Yeah, everything good. Wants to
the
fight
last
Nick
time
Diaz.
He had a tap out in his chest.
Did you see that?
Before last.
What was it?
He did an interview. Wants to fight Nick Diaz, even though Nick Diaz is suspended for a while. But yeah, Ebersol wants to fight Nick Diaz.
It'd be a big fight for him.
Maybe Diaz didn't Diaz say he was going to retire because he got suspended?
He did say he wasn't coming back, but I'm not so sure if that's.
He may have just been pissed off.
Well, I'd be
but
pissed
you know
off
what though? The thing
He'll
is,
follow the money.
But is he going to quit smoking weed?
No.
Or is he going to say "fuck you guys"?
Maybe he'll only fight in California.
Let me tell you something, man. Nick Diaz is not a quitter.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
People need their medicine. Let the man smoke.
I need my medicine. God damn. I'd fucking be pissed without it.
Eversol's filling in on short notice on this fight. He fought last month?
Not that long ago. But he didn't take much damage in that fight.
He does a lot of fights.
He's on 11 fight win streak.
I don't say he's 50-14. I don't think too many fights.
11 in a row.
Ebersol's going to win again.
I agree.
Yeah, I think
he might win by submission.
Yeah. Well, Head's a jiu-jitsu guy.
Oh, really?
But it's still possible. It's not going to be enough to pull him ahead. I don't think you're submitting that guy.
Either way, Ebersol's striking is really weird, so people have a hard time adjusting.
He just looked really good.
Bill, what weight class is
I believe it's 170.
Yeah, 170, I believe.
Ebersol, he's working his way up there. I mean, he's looked really good. Yeah. He's looked really good. You said he's what 11 fights in a row now?
One of the few people that almost...
in a row.
Yeah, what's talking about the last time when he fought? I was talking about that.
I can't think of his name now. The guy that retired. I'm a big fan of his, too. He was a firefighter. He was his first fight. Lytle. Chris Lytle, yeah.
Chris Lytle.
He was one of the few people who almost knocked out Chris Lytle. I mean, Chris Lytle's never been knocked out, and he almost knocked him out, dropped him. I thought,
it was close. He looked good, and he's been looking better.
He's been looking better.
Yeah, he dominated Lytle, too. Yeah, Ebersol's way good. I mean, I don't know if he could beat Nick Diaz, but I mean, he's good.
He's up there. I mean,
I think that's the lock of the card, Brian Ebersol.
Yeah.
You think he just let the arrow just grow out a little farther? So maybe it might be a longer, shaggy arrow on his chest?
I don't know, but speaking of weird things, someone just recently had something like shaved in their back of their head.
Oh, yeah, it was Munoz.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. What was that?
Didn't work out too well for him.
I didn't see it.
It was actually his logo. I think it was the Team Munoz logo.
I don't like when they advertise it with their hair.
Yeah.
Well, it's 90s, you know. You got to bring it back sometimes.
I hated when boxers did it with those stamps. They'd have like those stamps that would like drip off of them with sweat eventually. You know?
Bill, did you ever have any stripes in you?
No, never.
Me either. Thank you.
No.
Like from the early '90s, from like Vanilla Ice times.
No, it wasn't me.
They're like lightning bolts and crazy shit. I was like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, Rob had a mullet.
Yeah, I did have a mullet.
Rob had a real nice
side
mullet.
spike.
Of course, I had a side spike. Come on.
Get some lightning bolts in your eyebrows.
I got a couple school pictures with side spikes, I'm sure. We got Chris Clements and Matt Riddle to finish off the main card. Clements, I don't know much about him. He does own the fastest KO in MMA history at 3 seconds.
Wow.
And I know Riddle.
Where was that at?
Say that.
That wasn't
I
in the
don't
UFC.
know that. No, it wasn't in the UFC, but
Because he's not Dwayne Bang Ludwig.
yeah, goddamn 3 seconds.
3
They
seconds.
had to both be running.
Yeah.
Like running each
That'd be
other and
something
just
crazy.
drill him in the face.
That'd
and
be an
knock
awesome
him
fight
out.
to
Man.
see, you know?
Either way, it means he's got some power. You know.
Can you add that fight into the video when you got it?
Yeah, maybe we'll
You
throw
should,
it in
man.
there.
I'd
pal.
like to see that. That'd be
See
It
if we
might
get
be
the
on
clip.
YouTube. You never know.
So get the clip.
Find it, man.
C'est un début. Viens pour sauter. Oh! Non, c'est fini! C'est fini, Steph!
I'll get copyrighted for it.
There's a lot of fights that aren't like Strike Force or aren't UFC on
Yeah,
YouTube.
they don't
You
catch
can
it.
see tons of shit.
Maybe I just flip it backwards. Riddle has been brought up slow. I think they're high on the guy. I think he's one of their company men. He seems like he gets fed fights. He hasn't even won that much. He holds his job. Never really looked all that impressive, but also looks like he could be decent. I think he's a younger kid.
He's a wrestler, isn't he?
He's actually a purple or a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, but I think he's more of a wrestling guy.
Yeah.
But I didn't see any credibility for him or any decoration.
I'm not real high on Matt Riddle. I'm gonna pick Chris Clements because I'm not high on Matt Riddle.
And I'm going to go with Matt Riddle. And I'm not that high on Matt Riddle.
Nobody's high on Matt Riddle.
I'm going with Clements. Who'd you pick?
I picked Clements.
I picked Riddle, but Riddle's in really good shape, regardless of how he's fought. He's always in really good fucking shape. The dude's cut up ridiculously, and when I saw Clements, looked like I had some pudge coming over his. I saw a picture on Sherdog, I think, and I'm just gonna have to go with Riddle. Yeah, the preliminary card is on FX. The first fight, probably won't be the first fight on it, but the top fight is Court McGee versus Nick Ring. It's actually a rematch. They fought on the show.
Yeah.
And Ring won by majority decision. The only loss he's got on his record, he's 12-1, is to Boach. It was his very last fight, so he won 12 in a row before he lost to Boach. Court McGee has got quite a beard.
He's got a Billy Goat beard.
He's a hard worker. I haven't watched.
He's tough. He's definitely scrappy.
He used to be a heroin addict.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Yeah.
I haven't.
It's a good.
Well, if he
good
beat that, he's
story.
tough. You know.
Yeah, he so far he's beat it. You know, you never say never with heroin, but.
Yeah.
I haven't watched much of the.
He's never failed a
shows.
post-fight drug test for it, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not considered performance enhancing.
Yeah.
I doubt.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I'm going to go with Nick Ring winning again.
Yeah, I was never really that high on Court McGee. There's a lot of Ultimate Fighter winners that I wasn't that high on, so yeah, I'm picking Nick Ring as well.
I was going with Court McGee. I liked him on the show. Like I was saying, I haven't really seen much of the tough shows over the years, but I saw a little bit of that one, and he was just a hard worker, dedicated. He fought tough from the heart, and I liked him. So I'm going to take him in this fight.
Well, there you go. Roland Delorme.
Is it Delorme or Delorme?
We don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
might.
We'll find out on July 21st.
It kind of looks like an Italian name.
Yeah.
Delorme.
In Canada, eh?
Oh, it's not.
Bruce
Italian,
Buffer would probably say Delorme a lot cooler, so we'll say Roland Delorme.
Delorme!
And Francisco Rivera, 8-2. Neither guy I'm too familiar with. Delorme is from Canada, Rivera's from the USA, so I'm going to go with the hometown kid.
Delorme.
I am picking Delorme.
Me as well.
Rivera's, from what I remember, his record wasn't that hot in the
He's
UFC.
He's 8-2.
I mean, his total record.
Brian
I don't know
Jimmo
the UFC record.
versus Anthony Parash. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right either. Jimmo's actually 16-1.
I'm going with
Pretty
Jimmo.
good record.
It's a good, solid record.
He's a karate guy, 16-fight win streak, actually. His only loss was his first fight.
So he's figured something out since
You
his
picking
loss.
Jimmo?
I am going Jimmo.
He's only 30. Anthony Parash is 40. Even though he's got
Holy
6
fuck.
losses, he's a...
You know, I didn't know he was 40.
40?
But
he's a
I am
Kempo black belt,
You
which
are gonna
is
pick him?
GSP's karate, I think, Kempo.
Kempo?
No,
Chuck
GSP
Liddell
is
had Kempo on
Shotokan
his
Oh,
shoulder.
karate.
it's Shitoki, that's right.
We're using
Who's
Chuck
Kempo?
Liddell with a Kempo tattoo.
Oh, it is.
tattoo.
It is Chuck
Yeah,
Liddell.
Chuck
was
Liddell
Kempo.
is Kempo.
He's also a third-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu, so he's a tough ground guy.
40. You know, I did well with Kung Lee at 40, though, so I'm picking Anthony Parash.
Yeah, there you go.
Parash.
I almost double thought that pick too. Remember I told you that night we were watching the fight. I'm like, man, I wish I wouldn't have picked Kong Lee. I didn't know he was 40.
I didn't think that was your difference. That could be your difference right there.
You never know.
Who do you got?
I got Paraj.
I've got Jimmo.
Who do you got?
I'm going to take Jimmo.
Uh-oh. Now we're going in different ways.
Jimmo. So what do you have? You have Ring
Jimmo.
and Paroche. There we go.
I got Ring, Delorme, and Paroche.
Yes. So we have 2 different ones.
Yeah, see? We're already going different ways.
We got Brian Caraway.
Yeah, he was on The Ultimate Fighter.
What is it, Mitch Gagnon or Gagnon? I'm not sure.
Gagnon.
Could be Gagnon.
That sounds cool.
I knew somebody in high school.
Gagnon!
I knew somebody in high school with that last name, and it was Gagnon.
Gagnon? Probably Gagnon. All his wins, all 8 of them by submission. Caraway's got 14 of 16 by submission,
that's
too.
Impressive.
So.
8.
So it's going to be
all of his fights were by
That's
submission.
the only info I could get on him. I couldn't find anything else.
So is that going to be a stand-up fight because neither one of them wants to go to the ground?
It's possible.
Like, well, that guy has like a ton of submissions.
I
and
think
have a
Caraway
ton, so
was
maybe
one
we'll
of the finalists in the Ultimate Fighter, or semi-finalists at least. So I'm picking Caraway. You know, I mean,
I'm going to go ahead and take him too.
I don't know a lot about Gagnon. As a matter of fact, when I looked up Gagnon, I don't think he even had a picture.
Yeah,
so,
it's hard to find him sometime.
You know, so
8-1. It's a solid record, though.
Yeah, I was just going to say Littlefield's got a pick. He's got a better record.
That's awesome. I mean, 8
better than 5 losses,
submissions?
right?
I mean,
8 submissions out of 8 wins. So that's.
I mean, he got a good chance of winning by submission, I guess, huh?
Well, the other one's got 14 out of 16.
That's good too. It should be a good ground fight. You know, I like good ground fights.
Or they're going to stand up.
Yeah, I agree. They may stay standing.
They may stand up because they don't want to go to the ground.
I don't like when I'm expecting 2 really good ground guys to fight.
Yeah, because when you rarely see them
on
good.
The ground. You know, it'd be like watching Rosimar Polaris versus Damian Maia, and they stand up the whole fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. I want to see.
But if they stand up, you could better chance to see a good knockout.
Chuck Liddell versus Anderson Silva and see a wrestling match.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
You know, it's like
that's a good
Alan
comparison.
Belcher when he fought Rosimar Polaris. At least he went to the ground with him and fought him on the ground. That was great. You know, I love that.
Even attempted
he beat him. You know, he beat him on the ground. Good job. Good Alan Belcher. Not sure he should be fighting Anderson Silva, but good job.
He shouldn't fight Anderson Silva.
Belcher's calling him out, but he's calling him out.
Yeah, be real.
Yeah,
nobody's beating that guy.
I think Weidman has best chance, like I said.
No one's going to beat him when he grabs his shorts and greases.
Antonio Carvalho, 13-5 versus Daniel Pineda. Carvalho is more decorated. Pineda has all of his wins by finish. You actually bet against him. He fought not too long ago.
Yeah, I know. I picked him and I lost, and I'm picking him again because I can't keep losing. That's the way I look at it. Right. You know, he just lost for me,
and he lost, so I'm not going with him this time.
I mean, he can't keep losing for me. Otherwise, he's
going to get pick.
You know, if he keeps losing, he's gonna be out of UFC. So I'm picking him. Got to win this time. You got to do it, Daniel. You're on
go
Facebook.
With Carvalho, man.
What weight division is that?
You got me. I didn't write. You're the stat guy. You're not supposed to.
Yeah, what's going on, man? You're supposed to have these numbers for us.
I started a new job today, and this is
to have them.
Good excuse.
We planned this yesterday, and I started a job today.
You know, that's a good excuse. New jobs are good.
You guys know anything about Mitch Clark or Anton Quivanen?
I did not
know either of them.
I know Mitch Clark's going to win. That's all I know.
Is that what you
I took Antonio Carvalho.
I'm absolutely positive Mitch Clark's going to win. If you guys are betting money, put the house on Mitch Clark.
Done deal.
There it is.
The champion says so.
And
Mitch Clark.
I'll put my life savings on it. I got about $12 million.
He's a dominator.
That being said, I'm going to take the other guy because I'm going to try to get this belt back.
Hey, that's a good way to get it back.
I'm not the champ because I didn't defend.
If I get him the wrong,
we've all won it. No one's been able to defend.
Yeah, but you got screwed. I didn't bring the belt.
Anton
when you won.
I know. I think
it's some bullshit, huh? What are you going to do when you win it? You going to wear it around your neck? Because that's the only way to fit in the picture.
I can put it on my shoulder. You can just see this thing. We'll drop this camera down.
It's off the table.
We'll lift this.
We'll just make sure that never happens.
This chair's down all the way too, and I'll lift it up.
It is really shiny.
My feet might not touch the floor, but I'll be able to.
It's so heavy, you had to switch shoulders.
I know it is heavy.
You can't really see it on that side though, Rob.
Well, I'll switch shoulders from the next video.
Yeah, you can't really see it at all.
Here, look, guys.
There you go.
Look at that.
He is the champ.
It's nice
8-3 last card.
Borrowed it from Anderson Silva.
And he's saying Mitch Clark is the lock of the card. He's the man.
Yeah, Mitch Clark. He's a dominator.
He is from Canada.
Folks.
Yep.
He is from Canada,
folks.
He's going to come out and he's going to break all kinds of records and all kinds of crazy shit.
Kuivanen, if I'm saying that right, was he's like the number 2 ranked lightweight in the UK.
Now, if Mitch Clark loses, people can like make bad comments about how I picked Mitch Clark. You know.